Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing some more tier list ranking. Not on FC24 this time, no, we're doing WWE Championship Belt Lineage. We're ranking the design of the WWE Championship Belt throughout the years, starting in 1963 all the way to the present. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and check this out.
A relaxing sponsored daydream.
Are you tired of having no coins and coming up against teams that are absolutely cracked and better than yours? We'll go over to U7 Buy, whose coins are cheap, fast and reliable. You can use the link in the description and make sure you use the code DEVS for a 6% off.
Starting off in 13th, we've got it here for two reasons. One, because I don't actually know if it is the WWE Championship. I don't know if it was counted as that. I don't think it was, but I'll put it in here just for good measure. It is the Fiend Championship. I kind of like the idea behind it, where the Fiend wanted his own title in that run that he had, and I kind of understand the design that went into it, but it's just not for me. I wasn't a fan of it. It doesn't look like a title belt at all. It looks like a toy, which I know it was kind of meant for that, because that's what the Fiend's kind of outlook on life was, that life is just kind of a game and you need to play with it and toys and whatnot. Following up with that, in 12th, there's another specific one that it was definitely the WWE Championship belt. And so in the 12th spot, we are going for Daniel Bryan's WWE Eco-Friendly Championship. Again, it went in with a storyline, which is great. It did its job, but I just don't like the design of it in terms of the color scheme, which I know they can't do anything about, because again, it's eco-friendly. That is the whole point of it. That's why the color of it, the design of it. But it's just not easy on the eye for me. I didn't really like it. The colorway is just simple but not effective. It just didn't really look good. Again, because it's the eco-friendly bit and the design that it's been done by, it just doesn't look like something prestigious. It looks like it's made out of cardboard and wood. And like I said, I know that's what they're going down that route for and why they've done it, but it just did not look good, and it didn't fit the mold of this prestigious WWE Championship belt that everyone wants to obtain. In 11th, we have got the Worldwide Wrestling Federation title from 1963 to 1971. This was the second variation of the belt. This doesn't look terrible, but the tool bit in the middle and then the belt, it just doesn't look proportionally right. I think it looks better when it's being worn, but again, it's not something that I go growing up, like you look at it like, I want that title. It just doesn't give that vibe for me, but it's still a step above 12th and 13th in the previous titles mentioned. In the 10th spot, we've got a much more recent one to the championship that we've just spoken about. Maybe I've gone a bit too harsh on this one, but it is another specific one. It is the WWE Championship Spinner Belt, the Rated R version. I just didn't like what they did with it. The original was better. The colorway just didn't look right. It looked like you had the championship, took the middle bit out, and then just put a bit of paper in with a bit of writing on. That's kind of what it looked like, I thought. And I don't know, I think it might just be that the ones that are specific to people just don't look as good as the other ones. In the 9th position, we've got the WWF Big Green Heavyweight title, which I've never seen prior to making this video. So this is actually from 1978 to 1985, and I mean, it's definitely better than the blue one that we showed. It is very simple. It is a green strap with the middle bit, and then I think the plaques on the side were the wrestlers that won it in that duration. There doesn't seem to be any intricacy in the actual design of the middle bit, whereas, you know, looking at it today, you look at the heavyweight championship, for example, there's like more design and detail that's gone into it. Even previous ones before that, I mean, it looks like a mermaid or something holding something. I know it's the person holding up the championship with a globe behind them. Now I've looked into it a bit more, but it just looks like, I don't know, a mermaid of some sort, or some fish man that's holding something. So in 8th, we've got the WWF title going from 1973 to 1983. A lot more detail that has gone into this belt compared to the previous one that we saw. Bit more colouring going into it. The gold looked more prestigious. That's what we want in these titles. That's why I've mentioned it so many times. We want prestige. We want to look at it and be like, I must have that. I need that title. That is the pinnacle of wrestling. That is the whole point of these WWF and WWE titles. In 7th, we have got the original belt that was made for the WWF at the time. This is the 1963 WWF Championship belt, and it just looks like a proper original belt. The middle bit is the North American outline, I believe that was kind of the intent behind it. Proper leather strap like you used to have back into the kind of synonymous with Bruno Sammartino, because he was only one of 2 people that wore it. I don't know why I like it. It's just so basic, but it just looks important. It looks like it is part of history, which it is, but the other ones didn't really seem like they had much history behind it. It just kind of looked like they got put together and rushed, whereas this one, I think, although the details in terms of the actual engraving and stuff haven't been massive in this, the simplicity of it, and it just looks like it means a lot to someone. It means something massive to the company. In 6th spot, missing out on the top 5, the 2013 WWE Championship that was brought out by The Rock, I believe. I think that was the one that was unveiled, and then it kind of got changed between each wrestler with the different plaques and plates on the sides, but we're just looking at the original one because, like I said, the plaques and plates are just very specific to that person. It looks exactly the same. This is now what is looked at as the norm of the WWE Championship. If you ask anyone probably under the age of maybe even 20, they'll say this is, if you ask them to draw it, this is probably what they draw. It's encrusted with like diamonds and kind of gems and stuff, which makes it look more prestigious and expensive, and something that people look at and just admire, because it's a simple design, let's be honest. In 5th, and I could have put this higher if it was based on bias and what I know as the WWE Championship, but is the original WWE Spinner Championship belt. I love this belt so much. The first kind of real switch up of the WWE Championship come from being a still traditional belt to something that was far more out there, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I think that was the older generation that was used to these traditional golden big belts, and it was just fun. It was just a fun spin, if you pardon the pun, on the WWE Championship belt. In 4th place, we have the very first WWE Championship, which was the WWE Undisputed Championship from 2002 to 2005. I like this one. It's a bit more detailed into it, but it's still simple but effective in terms of, if you look at the detailing of the ones above this, I don't know what it is. It just really, it looks easy on the eye, and again, it looks like it's special. It looks like someone at the top of the company should be holding, such as The Undertaker, who did hold it at the time. I love the continuation of the globe in the actual middle part of the belt, which makes sense because it comes from the roots of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. It just looks lovely. Just clutching into the top 3, we've got the present undisputed Universal WWE Championship belt, which was given to Roman Reigns at the time, but is now held by Cody Rhodes. The fact that it's got more gold on it just makes it look better than the 2013 one, because it, again, special, prestigious. These are the words that you're going to look into involve around a WWE Championship belt. It is the pinnacle of the sport. This is what everyone in the wrestling game wants to get their hands on, and again, the gems just make it stand out so much more. The black bits on the actual W itself looks incredible, and again makes it stand out a lot more. Contradiction of the colors, I just think it makes it look incredible, and something that I can see people having around their waist and on their shoulder, and it's kind of like, it's a good size. Maybe it could be a bit smaller in the middle, but overall I think it could definitely be in most people's top 5, if not top 3. I think it comes as no surprise what my top 2 are. I think this should probably be everyone's top 2. I mean, again, it's all very opinionated and personal to what you like. But for me, number 2, the WWF Attitude Era Big Eagle Championship belt. I mean, I think this is just top tier. I don't think you can take this out your top 2. I really don't. It is incredible, the detail in it and the simplicity at the same time. It's not something that usually goes together, but in this it does. The blue of the globe just, again, makes it stand out, and that's the things that you want. It's got the WWF logo on it. The shape of it, the circle into the belt, looks incredible. That's why I prefer it over the square one of the WWE Championship that is out right now. Everything about this is incredible, and I'd understand why this would be someone's number number one, but my number one, I think the best WWE Championship belt of all time is the WWF Winged Eagle 1988 to 1998 Championship belt. It is the pinnacle of the WWE Championship belts. It is incredible. Best of the best championship belts. I can see this making a return. This is probably the only one that I can see making a return. It was just the best belt that has ever stepped foot in the WWE. It's just perfection. This belt is perfection. I'd understand why you'd have the previous one in number one as well. I think these two have to be 1 and 2. If you put these in any other numbers, I just think you're wrong personally. These are just lovely belts. This is number one for me. Let me know what your number one is, and let me know what I've got right, what I've got wrong. And as always, hope you have a good day, a great week, and I'll catch you in a bizzle.